Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Again, welcome back to Wednesday Mask Sewing with our famous mask sewing team by now, Eric, Kevin, and myself, Dr. von Bregalski, although those guys are the ones who sew. But today, we don't do mask sewing. We show you how to make pretty easily extensions for your mask that go behind your ear or behind your head. And this is to alleviate stress on your ears, because often if we wear that mask all day, then it can become quite painful, especially if the elastic used for these masks is thick and sort of sits and rubs against your ear. So should we start with Eric? The first version is actually a sewing version, but pretty easy to make.
So these are scraps from masks that we made. So these are the pieces that we made. So usually I'm making these by 3.5, 4 inches long. So you can adjust it to the length that you want. It's 3.5, 4 inches by 1.5 thick. And what you do is you just add 2 buttons on the side, on each side. The other thing you can do is if you want to have different lengths, you can do one button here. And on the other side, you can put the buttons a little bit closer. So if you want to use them to different sizes, so you can just flip it over. You can make thinner ones if you like. These are just pieces of material that were just left over. And what you do is you add the buttons on the side. You can also use a piece of elastic. This is a 2-inch piece of elastic. You can add the button here, and then it kind of stretches out a little bit, so a little bit tighter. Again, you can do like 3 inches long. These are the elastic ones are pretty. I think I'm more comfortable because they can adjust a little bit better. These don't stretch at all, but you only need one part to stretch. So this one doesn't stretch, but the elastic does. So this one kind of like does its job. So basically what you do is you just, instead of having it behind your ear, what you do is just grab the extension and you attach it to your mask like this. You put it around your neck, grab the other piece, and then just tie it back. Can you see?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you just attach it like this, and you can alternate. Like if you get tired of wearing this, you can just go back to the ear, and then you can alternate back and forth. Also, sometimes if you want to just pull it down a little bit, if you're drinking something, or just make sure you grab your mask from the sides, and then just put it back down, or you can just take it off altogether. Again, if you want to just go back to the ear, just take it out from the extension and just put it back. So these are pretty handy, very easy to make. And the buttons, I think, I forgot the size of the button, but this, I can look it up right now while Kevin is, and I can tell you what size of the button you can use.
But in essence, almost every size would work correct. And it's such a nice use. These are all little scraps that, from mask sewing that once you have cut the fabric, you would usually maybe throw away. But there you can do those extenders. And actually, Eric and I and Kevin have started to sew those together. Becomes a bit of a patchwork. And then at some point, you might have little kind of fabric for your table or for your blanket or for your bed or whatever you want to use it. So don't throw it away.
So the next ones, if you have a mask, and let's say you're at work and you haven't made one of these, you can always use resources at work. So if you have a mask and it's on and it's starting to bug your ears, take a paper clip, big or small, open it straight up, and you automatically have 2 clips. So what you're going to do is basically, like Eric said, you're going to take one and you're going to clip it around. And you're going to take the second one and you're going to clip it around. And then you're going to have it on your mask.
That's fantastic. Maybe can you show how to unfold one of them directly in front of the camera?
So you have your paper clip like this, just open it up, and then you have the two clips on either side. So it'll form an S. Then you just hook it into your mask, and it extends it out.
I think I'll do that right now, Kevin. Can you hand it to me? Don't want to bend over because of social distancing.
So when you put it on, it would look similar to that. And if you need a smaller one, you just use a smaller paper clip. Now the mask that I have on YouTube, I don't use behind the ears. I use this version, which I have on right now. So this version goes over, like I have on, straight over, and then you can pull it however tight you want at any one time, and you can loosen it up.
What type of cord is that, Kevin? Can you
This is a
remind us?
1/8 inch. This is a 1/8 inch bungee or 1/8 inch band.
Where do you get those?
You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on just about anywhere. And then they have the cord fasteners. I bought a roll of, I think it was 300 feet for around like $20.
They're
You can-
called bungee.
Yeah, it's a
Bungee
1/8 inch elastic cord.
1 inch elastic cord or
1/8 inch.
Okay.
I have a backpack that
Yeah,
has this on the outside, and then
for
it
strapping
comes.
things down.
Yeah, and it comes already with that. So I never know what to use that for. So I mean, you can just cut it out and then just reuse it.
So Kevin, but if you order it online, so the cord is the cord, but what is that little device called to adjust the size?
This is just a locking mechanism, and it's a cord lock.
Cord lock. So you
and
have to
push
order
it
those
down.
separately.
Yes. And they're about $1 a piece if you have to order them separate.
Cord lock, okay? But you are right, Eric, on the backpack.
I have a backpack that has the cord and it's stretchy as well.
Okay.
But yeah, these are really nice because it's very sturdy, and then they don't wear out.
No.
They're like ones are.
Even if you're wearing a mask and this elastic starts to wear out, your mask will start to sag. So that's where this is kind of nice, that you'll never have that sagginess.
And you simply replace the elastic that's in there now and just pull it out and replace it with that cord.
Yes.
Okay. So 3 things that you can do to relieve the stress on your ears all day. And with that, I think today was a short session. We are there. Next Wednesday,
We have a
Kevin
surprise.
Huh?
We have a surprise.
We have a
next Wednesday.
surprise.
Oh, surprise. Okay, I'm not allowed to give it away. Fine. We have a sewing surprise for you. So hopefully you'll join us. 2 p.m. Otherwise, just follow us even afterwards. It will be posted.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Do we know what we're doing next Wednesday?
Huh?
Do we know?